All right, bro, what we doing today?
Cut down low, faded on the back, dark fade.
Keep it dark on the sides?
Yep.
All right, bet. Let's get it. YouTube, I got a crazy transformation today. I got my OG up in the building. So we're going to take all this off. So I wasn't sure what he was going to ask when he came in. But as you can see, his hairline's rounded. We're going to try and like square it back up. It's just naturally rounded. So we're going to cut it down with our detachables. And I got my two and 3/4 blade. So it's going to have a number 2 and then a 3 over a 4 basically. So I call this like the 2.75. When you're working with detachables, they give you like all the awkward numbers. So yeah, this is a 2 and 3/4. So I'm starting at his crown, working my way down, basically peeling his hair off like an orange. I love doing this technique. Very satisfying, makes for great thumbnail, and it kind of makes the cut easier because you're kind of starting out, you know, at the most difficult point. The three lightest areas of someone's head is usually going to be 1, the crown, and then the 2 recession points in the corners. So always be careful in those areas. You see how I'm kind of like grazing over it right now, just because this is my first time cutting them. I don't know what's under that. And a lot of clients, some clients do warn you like, oh, I got a cowlick, but sometimes clients don't even know the technical terms, and you can't blame them. You know, they're just trying to get a haircut. Once that's down, we're gonna comb it out and then take it down to a true length. So I got my 2 guard right now, lever's fully closed, and I'm going with the grain of his hair. Now I knew when I cut it to this level I was gonna have to wash it just because it wasn't laying down right. So this is how it looks after I washed it. And we're just gonna taper him up in the back, give him a dark fade on the sides, and then shape him up. No enhancements on this one because his hair, he got that salt and pepper look. It's not gonna look right if you got a sharp, dark, enhanced hairline. It's just not gonna look right. So I'm debulking right now with my 1.5 guard. Then we're gonna go with our 3, our 2, and then our 1. This is a classic Philly haircut in the city that I'm in. You know, I'm located in like the northeast section of the United States. That's where Philly is. So it's a popular style up here because you know it gets cold in the winter. So not a lot of people want to have a bald fade all around or a taper. So I'm just, especially an OG like this, he just wants a nice dark gentleman's look, you know? Nice and clean. So we're gonna do the shape up around the ear. And I got my Snap FXs. We're gonna take the sides down just a little bit and around the ear to kind of preserve the lineup around that area. Hair tends to grow a little more puffier towards the ear, in my opinion. Especially around that sideburn area. It's not a good look if it's puffy. Like the rest of his head can be puffy, but if the sideburn area is puffy, it kind of makes the head look weird. So keep that in mind. I'm sure you guys already knew this. And a lot of people would feel pressure to like try and make it super, super crispy. Not me anymore, you know? Even though I charge a higher price than most barbers, if an OG's coming to me, most OGs just want to look clean. They're not trying to get super crispy. You'll be able to tell if it's an OG who like wants to look young again. Who doesn't want to look young again? But this OG, he was just looking to get cleaned up. Like he wasn't. A lot of OGs, they just don't want to get messed up, and they'll trust a young boy like me just to get the job done. So his hairline's tricky. His C-cups are tiny. His vertical bars are tiny. So we're gonna finesse it. So naturally they're shorter, but he still wanted the C-cups lined. He got a very healthy hairline, nice and full. It's just the C cups, I could just tell genetically, they just kind of like mine. I never had strong C cups. You're either born with it or you're born without it. It's really nothing you could do about it. Now we're gonna kind of taper in his beard a little bit with the 2-guard. And I'm gonna trim his mustache down a bit. I'm gonna start at the bottom, just making a faint line, not trying to make it too noticeable, just a faint line. And then we're gonna drag it towards the top. I'm gonna ask him to kind of move his lips out the way to kind of stretch his mustache area. I'm gonna hit the back of his beard. Now with gray hair, even when it's bald, it still looks like there's hair there. So sometimes you may have to go in with the shavers or something like that just to completely get it bald. But even then, you'll still see the gray hairs because since the hair is white, it's more noticeable. Gonna shape up his beard. Now this is important. I'm gonna freehand trim the top of his head just because we didn't use the foam. I didn't feel as though it was necessary. We're gonna get all these loose hairs. And I'm gonna add a little bit of the tan pencil just around his C-cup areas and his beard, just to add a little bit of that extra pop to kind of cover up the light spots on his C-cup without using enhancements. So shout out Easy Blade. My code is on the screen. You could pick up a razor, shaving gel, all that, shaving oil, all that stuff. So check them out, and I'm just gonna stretch his skin and pull that razor towards me. I never will use like the corner of the blade. I'll use the side of the blade, but not the corner. That's dangerous. Some barbers can do it. I'm not the one. I'm not that skilled with a razor. I just, you know, do what I gotta do with it. I'm gonna clean up his ears with this trimmer. I believe this is from Stylecraft. I have a code with them also. It's also the 4th Ken. Everything is down below under the shop section. This is how my client came in. And this is how he's leaving. This is a nice OG cleanup. Let's get it. It's your boy 4. I'm out. Peace.